Follow our lead, America. Follow our lead, Trump administration. Follow our lead, Congress. And let's get to town and take care of this corruption that's threatening our First Amendment. I want to talk about something positive that happened, which is Facebook is running away from censorship, or so they say. Facebook announced this week that it would stop essentially censoring content other than content that is obviously illegal or pornographic or something that no one would really question about the content being censored. So if you want to debate immigration or transgenderism or other or COVID or other things that have been censored by Facebook, they're not going to do it anymore. They're not going to come in and shut you down. Now, there are many people who have been shut down and thrown off the platform who should be let back on. One of the big things that Facebook is going to do in terms of this new embrace of freedom or freer speech on the platform is they're getting rid of these third-party fact checkers that they used as cat's paws to censor content. I know Judicial Watch has been repeatedly victimized by these left-wing fact checkers who have come in and disagreed with our conclusions and analysis, couldn't argue with our facts, but because they've got this preeminent role within the Facebook ecosystem, they were able to vandalize and suppress and censor our content because they disagreed with what we were saying. Most recently, it was over whether non-citizens voted in the presidential primary in D.C. We got a list saying they did. And they disagreed with the list and what it said. And so the content was suppressed. So they're getting rid of those fact checkers. And Mark Zuckerberg, who seems to have been getting more conservative, I don't know, maybe he's just making a business decision here, is going to follow the lead of Musk on X and allow these community notes, which would allow other Facebook users to say, oh, that's not correct, and if it would be attached to the post if enough people from diverse backgrounds and viewpoints agreed with the community note. The content would remain, but the community note would be attached. Now, I really don't like that process much. I know on X it's constantly abused. Virtually all community notes for conservative content is abusive. They're not fact-checking or providing context to anything. It's just someone who doesn't like what was being said. But that being said, it's better than content being removed. So it's a big victory for free speech in America. I mean, Facebook is a massive platform. I know X gets all of the attention because of its political impact, but there are many, many more users on Facebook than Twitter. And of course, there are tens of millions of users on Instagram as well, which is also run by Meta and also subject to this new freedom online. Now, as I said, Judicial Watch has been repeatedly censored on Facebook, and we're looking forward to not being censored anymore for exercising our First Amendment rights and doing our duty, as we see it, and following our mission to educate you about our findings. Imagine being censored for posting government documents. I mean, that's happened repeatedly to us. And Facebook's backing away from that. So great news, great news. Even Zuckerberg was on, I see he was on Joe Rogan, I guess it was, I don't know if it was literally today, but it was just recently, within the last few days. And he was talking about how the Biden White House was calling and threatening them to censor COVID content. And when they resisted it, he said, the Biden administration started targeting them with investigations. Now, first of all, they didn't resist them well enough, as far as I'm concerned. But secondly, what Zuckerberg is describing is criminal activity. And the tweet I gave in response, or sent out in response to that Zuckerberg revelation, or confirmation. I mean, he's the head of Facebook, Meta. He's a leading business figure here in the United States. I know folks don't like his politics sometimes, but the reality is he's a major business figure, employs tens of thousands. One of the country's most successful companies. And he was retaliated against, his company was, for not doing what the government told him to do in terms of censoring American citizens. President Trump's administration must criminally investigate the gangsters who were censoring Americans through Facebook and other social media platforms. Can we play that? Can you hit play? Will that play if we play it? It's only a minute.
These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse, and it's like these documents it's all kind of out there.
Oh, did you record any of those phone calls?
I don't think we were, but I think
I want to listen.
I mean, there are emails. the emails are published. It's all kind of out there, and they're like, and basically it just got to this point where we were like, no, we're not gonna take down things that are true. That's ridiculous. They wanted us to take down this meme of Leonardo DiCaprio looking at a TV talking about how 10 years from now or something, you're going to see an ad that says, okay, if you took a COVID vaccine, you're eligible for, for this kind of payment, like this sort of like class action lawsuit type meme. And they're like, no, you have to take that down. And we just said, no, we're not going to take down humor and satire. We're not going to take down things that are true. And then at some point, I guess, I don't know, it flipped a bit. I mean, Biden, when he gave some statement at some point, I don't know if it was a press conference or to some journalists, where he basically was like, these guys are killing people. And I don't know, then like all these different agencies and branches of government basically just like started investigating, coming after our company. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Wow.
Isn't that outrageous? At this rate, Zuckerberg's going to be joining the Trump administration, it sounds like. But in the meantime, Judicial Watch has been second to none in investigating and exposing the censorship regime that began, frankly, during the Trump administration with deep staters targeting people in order to help Joe Biden get elected, continued through the Biden administration, where Joe Biden himself celebrated and embraced censorship. And as I said, just recently we had Facebook censoring us, so it just never stopped. So good news, and Judicial Watch will continue our litigation to oppose censorship and expose it, because we've never seen this attack on the First Amendment in terms of size and scope before in American history. Because if I'm censored, if Donald Trump is censored, if someone you're following on COVID is censored, it means, and again, you're following all these people, it means that you're censored. If you can't see our content, if you can't see President Trump's content, or think of other people who have been censored over time, then you're being censored as well, because that's material you otherwise would want to see that you're being denied access to by, as I say, the gangsters running the Biden administration or other deep staters. So there needs to be criminal investigation in addition to Judicial Watch's FOIA work. Follow our lead, America. Follow our lead, Trump administration. Follow our lead, Congress. And let's get to town and take care of this corruption that's threatening our First Amendment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.